So at this point, does it even matter that who the opponent is? And if so, is there anything special about having a winner go home and it's against Texas?
I mean, obviously there's, a lot of history between us, but we've been preaching it all year is that, we play a nameless, faceless opponent, and it's really just us going out there and playing the game. And so, I mean, obviously on a stage like this, in a situation like this, there can be a lot of kind of outside distractions that come from the history of the tradition, but at the end of the day, it's still about us going out there and executing our game plan and playing the game that we all know we are capable of playing.
Can you glean any extra confidence in the fact that y'all beat them this year?
Yeah, I mean, if you're kind of living in the past, especially on a midweek game, that doesn't really show you a good representation of either team. Obviously, there's still a bit of rivalry, so both teams really wanted to win that game. But like I said, if you're kind of living in the past, if you're trying to bank on past accomplishments, that's when the present kind of creeps up on you. So it's really been all about staying in the moment, playing our game, and not trying to play to anything else other than.
And if you can speak, for your entire team, just where you think you are at after a disappointing start to this.
Yeah, it's not how we wanted to start, but at the same time, this team has never been one to back down from adversity. We've certainly had our fair share of ups and downs throughout the year, gut punches left and right, but if there's one thing I know about this team is that whenever we get punched, we always get back up, and that's kind of what I'm excited to see how we respond, because I know this team can come back in a big way.
What's the key to keys to a good PFP?
I think communication and just kind of awareness. As a pitcher, you kind of always have to be thinking about what you're going to do if you get the ball, and you can really help slow the game down by, before each pitch saying, okay, if I get the ball, if he bunts here, where am I going with it? And, the nice thing about being a pitcher is that nothing starts until we toe that rubber, and so we kind of control the tempo, and we can slow the game down if we want. So like I said, it's just communication and then execution. That's kind of really the big two things.
How often do y'all usually run those drills?
I mean, we run them every day, but it's like I said, it's one thing to do it in a drill when you know it's coming, and it's another thing to kind of be prepared, have the confidence to go out there and do it when you're in a game. Because, I mean, it might look easy on paper, but it's moving very fast, and it's a game of inches. It's a game of split seconds, because a hesitation, a misstep can be the difference in safe or out.
Two more for Jacob, make them good ones.
What's the challenge just as a pitcher? I guess, normal game, you can kind of maybe have an idea of what spot you'll be used routine, but, elimination game and tournament in general, kind of game situation dictates when you might come in, maybe super early, maybe late. Just what's it like kind of handling that?
Yeah, I mean, all year, Coach Jeske has kind of been preaching to us we don't really have quote-unquote roles. We're coming in there to get outs. So if you're getting the first out of the game, or you're getting the last out of the game, or you're getting the, 15th out of the game, it doesn't really matter, and we can't really expect to be in any one position, because especially as a reliever, you never know when that's going to happen. It's certainly all hands on deck come elimination time, and so I think the pitching staff kind of has a pretty good grasp on that, and it's just a matter of everyone pulling for each other, going in there and getting the ball to the next guy until hopefully we come out on top.
Last one, a lot of pressure.
From the pitching perspective, do you feel, or are y'all a little surprised at how hard the ball was flying out of a park that people usually contains home runs?
I mean, yes and no. It's just goes back to, like I said earlier in the week, it's about execution, and we were falling behind guys early in the count. We weren't executing pitches. We didn't establish the strike zone early on, and when you do that, it allows guys to get their swing off. And it doesn't matter what park you're playing at, it doesn't matter what level you're playing at. If you're falling behind in counts consistently, it's going to be a long day on the mound.